Rising water is causing problems in Lawrence County this morning. Here's a look at Luttrell Road, where Blue Water Creek has swollen over the roadway. You can see much of the Bedford Buck Brown Memorial Bridge underwater. Similar story over on Dixon Branch Road. Like Leland mentioned, conditions are so bad in parts of Lawrence and Giles counties, schools there are closed. Now, if you live in the southern part of the mid-state, be careful out there.
We have some breaking news now. A suspected shoplifter has racked up nearly a dozen charges after nearly running over a police officer. News Channel 5's Kimberly Davis has been following this wild story. So how did the chase finally come to an end, Kimberly?
Steve, good morning. Well, after this wild police chase, the two got out and took off on foot, but they didn't get very far. Thankfully, police officers were able to apprehend the two suspects, and that police officer is lucky to be alive this morning. Thankfully, he was able to get out of the way before that suspect ran right into him. Now, police officers are telling us that they noticed 25-year-old Stardrika Eddings running out of the Macy's with merchandise in her hands. We're told an officer tried to confront her, and that's when she revved the engine and attempted to hit the officer. Thankfully, the officer was able to move, and Eddings hit the driver's side door, forcing him back into his vehicle. We're told that's when the chase started. Police tell us speeds reached up to 108 miles per hour before ending on the 100 block of Cherokee Road. We're told Eddings and the passenger tried to take off on foot, but were arrested shortly after leaving their vehicles. Now, we're told that by damaging that police squad car, she caused about $500 worth of damage. Again, thankfully, that officer wasn't too badly injured. He suffered minor injuries, and she is facing several charges, including attempted vehicular homicide. For now, we're live at the Criminal Justice Center. Kimberly Davis, News Channel 5.
And a home in Goodlettsville goes up in flames. Lightning is likely to blame. It happened around 6 last night on Hanover Court in Windsor Green neighborhood. A neighbor told us she heard thunder, then saw a lightning flash just seconds before smoke started to come from that home.
Probably, but in 30 to 45 seconds, I had gone to let my dogs out of their crates and let them out in the backyard. By the time I opened the back door, it was full of acrid smoke. The wind was blowing it that direction. So I knew there was a fire and immediately called 911.
Now, no one was home at the time of that.
New this morning for you, a man was rushed to the hospital after being thrown from his car. Boy, look at this. The Kentucky New Era snapping some photos for us. This was last night from Madisonville Road. That's in the Hopkinsville area. As you can see, the rooftop of the car just completely smashed in. One of the tires is even missing. It does appear that vehicle rolled at some point. Christian County deputies say the man suffered some severe injuries. No word yet on what caused that crash. We now know the names of the two teenagers who died in a really bad crash in Murray County. This is so sad. Tennessee Highway Patrol telling us 15-year-old Christopher Sawyers was speeding when he lost control on the curve and went down an embankment, causing the car to catch fire. It happened yesterday afternoon on Theta Pike in Columbia. Both Sawyer and his passenger, 17-year-old Charles Poe, died in that crash.
A man is in the hospital and an armed teenager is on the run after bullets fly in Lebanon. Alexandra Cohen joins us now with how the shooting might be drug-related. Alexandra.
Shannon, police found drugs in the victim's home, and now the hunt is on for 19-year-old Tyvarius Turner after he is accused of shooting 33-year-old Derek Burnley. Turner is the man on your screen. Witnesses told police they saw two suspects in that car driving away from the scene. The incident happened yesterday in the 400 block of South Greenwood Street, and evidence at the scene leads police to believe it was a robbery. Officers tell us they found a large amount of drugs there. The shots fired call came in around 8:40 in the morning Thursday. Burnley is now listed in stable condition after he was shot multiple times. Again, Lebanon police have issued a warrant for the arrest of that 19-year-old. If you see him, don't go up and talk to him, just call police. Reporting live in the newsroom, Alexandra Cohen, News Channel 5.
Alexandra, thank you. Hey, some scary moments to tell you about for a local college. A woman was attacked by a stranger. It happened right there by Austin Peay State University. happened in front of the Browning building. That's near College Street, for those of you familiar with the campus there. The victim says a man grabbed her from behind just after 4:30 yesterday afternoon, so it's a busy time of the day. Fortunately, she was able to fight the guy off, and then she ran toward the Morgan University Center on campus. The man was wearing a red hoodie and gray pants. If you have any information, contact the Austin Peay State University Campus Police Department.
Brandon Vandenberg could take the stand in the Vanderbilt rape case retrial. Now that his and Corey Beatty's cases are severed, Beatty's defense is considering calling Vandenberg as a witness. The jury, made up of 10 men, 4 women, were seated in Chattanooga yesterday. Sunday afternoon, they'll be brought to Nashville for the start of the trial. Now, they will be sequestered, which means their cell phones will be taken away and they'll only have limited contact with their family. The decision to separate Beatty and Vandenberg's cases caused a big shakeup, but both sides say they'll be ready by Monday.
The effect that it has on the victim, and we're not talking about one day that she comes to testify, but the effect on any victim of having to go through a trial and go through this process.
We're just going to do the best we can, and we're going to go hard because this is somebody's life.
Opening arguments in the Vanderbilt rape case retrial begin Monday morning. We will be there. We will have gavel-to-gavel coverage streaming online and on News Channel 5+. You can also find updates on social media using the hashtag #VandyRetrial.
And we're getting some really keen insight this time around from Fletcher Long. He was a lead defense attorney during the first Vanderbilt rape trial. He recently sat down with News Channel 5's Nick Barris, talking about the case. Now that he's no longer a practicing attorney, he can speak at will. You'll hear what Fletcher has to say coming up in about 20 minutes at 7:30.